they are mentioning Dijabarsha Shikshaya. Shikshaya means the advices. They used to give him the advices. It is the better way. So the king is successful if all around him good people are there. Now, he married Iravati, the daughter of King Uttara, and in due time became the father of 4 sons. The eldest one was Janmejaya. We will come to know about the Janmejaya again. And once the king Parikshit, in course of his tour of victory, came across the evil Kali, who, though had a dress like a king, but behaving like a low-cultured person, torturing the people and destroying the righteousness, who were in the form of a cow and a bull. There goes the story in the allegory. So then through the story they say, when he was going, now that was the time, the people, he was the king, but now he is a new king. So he must have to show his might. So the other kings used to go and challenge them. You like to fight with me? He said, no. Okay, next. Yes, like this he used to go. When they used to accept all the kings used to accept him, then he was an emperor. Just because he inherited the throne, no, not like that. He also showed his might that I can also vanquish you, fight with you, and capture you. So that was the Kshatriya power. After that, when he was returning, he met, the story says, a cow and a white bull. It never says the white cow, it says the white bull. But bull was having very peculiar, standing on one leg. Someone has cut the 3 legs and it was trembling. And the cow was crying. King stopped to hear their conversation. If you stop over here and think, oh, this is all cock and bull stories, so that is why the Hinduism is nothing but all this. No. The way they expressed, that is different. The cow is the representation of the people, of the earth. And the bull is the righteousness, dharma. We will come over here and we'll see. Parikshit heard from his ministers that the Kali has entered the land of Kuru and Jangila. Here again, they could say it has covered the whole land. No, only 2 parts. One is Kuru, a small part of his kingdom, and also Jangila, another part under his administration. So these are the 2 places the Kali has entered. Friends, we have to understand, it has been written for thousands of years before. The language was like that, presentation was like that. They used to say things in a different way. But also we must be very clever to understand why not they are telling that all over the Kali came. What is that Kali? It's a kingly dress, but behaving uncultured way. That means they are having the money, having the power, having the control, but at the same time they are uncultured people. So that is called Kali. We have a picture of Kali. He is sitting on a horse and with a dagger in his hand, a sword in his hand, he is charging. That is all Kavi Kalpana. There's only the poet has drawn like that. In reality, Kali means the bad type of qualities. We will read over there. And Parikshit heard the conversation. That's why when all the bad things slowly come, only in 2 parts of his whole kingdom it has entered. That means the people of those places are behaving in a very peculiar way. They are not properly behaving as they should have. All these days they are doing. Now they have given to drinking and fighting and many other things we will learn from the Bhagavatam. And Parikshit heard the conversation between the lady and the holy man. There is a cow, that is the earth, and the bull, that is Dharma. Dharma is asking as if, O Mother Earth, why are you grieving? Why are you grieving? Then let me quote from the original. In the 16th chapter, 21 verse, it says, Arakshamana striya urbi balan, Arakshamana striya, unprotected women, and urbi balan shocha sato purusha dvairiva artan, and the children neglected and tortured by the cruel fathers. This is Kali. What is Kali? When the women are not protected. That means they are not getting the proper respect, not getting proper education, not getting any things. And we know the history, how it came down. All the time, every time, whenever there bad things are happening, the first two only of the society always suffer. Why? What? First is the women, and second the children. So here they are mentioning the women deprived of protection, Arakshamana striya, urbi balan shochas sato purushadiraiva artan. Purusha means the cruel fathers, artan. Then he says, Brahmanas serving under the characterless kings. Bacham devim brahmakule kukarmanna brahmane rajakule kulagran. And the intellectual people, the brahmanas, now for the money, for the name, for the fame, they are serving characterless kings. The rulers were the kings. And these people, now, if you look at even the intellectual people, as because they will get something from the government, they are supporting the government. The powerful newspapers, they could give the proper picture to the world. Instead, there will be always the TV news, the print, the media, all these people always siding. And we say, oh, this is politics. What politics? Kali Yuga. And what is Kali? These bad qualities. The intellectual people, if they say, no, we are not going to serve you, what will happen? A few of them will be killed. But majority people, if they say, no, we are not going to serve you, these people will be weak. If majority of the people, they say, no, we are not going to do anything wrong. Why they are doing it? Because they are deluded and behaving very foolishly. So that is the influence of the Kali. That always gives the ego, delude the mind, and the people start behaving very peculiarly. And the women and children are tortured. Why these women and children? Because the children are the future. If they are tortured, then what will happen? They are not getting the proper education, not properly growing up. What will happen? The human society will break down. Now here we find the people, husband, wife, then one or two sons, suddenly they know we are divorced and all that. It's okay. And we can do that. Then what will happen to the children? Oh, government will take care. So this is called Kali. The parents are forgetting their responsibility. I am not only given the birth of a child, but it is my responsibility to see that the child is growing as a proper human being. So that is also the society, the school teachers, and everywhere we have to see the younger generation is properly growing up. Why? Because they are the future of this human society. So that is called Kali. And here it means Bacham Devim Brahmakule. Bacham Devim means Saraswati. That means the intellectual people, educated people. And the Brahma means the thoughtful people. And what? Kukarmanya. They are supporting the kings and doing all wrong things. People in general, I am not quoting from the original, the people in general who are interested solely in eating, drinking, and decorating themselves and other physical concerns, and that too without any discrimination. So that is Kali Yuga. We can look around and we can be convinced that this is Kali Yuga. All around like this. A great debate is going on. I am sorry to say, but I think many of you have also noticed a famous lady. She went to a pub without putting on the dress. It is my prerogative, my freedom, whether I will put on the dress or not. Who are you? Those people didn't allow her, and now all the social media supporting her. Freedom. What is this freedom? And you will really shiver. I don't know whether you have noticed or not. In India, a group of people, they have taken the interview of the young people from 16 to 19 in 5 different metropolises. And the interviews to these boys and told what you think about the girls of your age, how you will behave with them. Majority, 73%, you know what they said? We must beat those girls and slap them hard, otherwise they won't behave properly. If this is not Kali Yuga, then what is the Kali Yuga? And who is to blame? We, the seniors, because we could not give them the proper training, proper education. So this is the Bhagavata that we are studying. Is not an old scripture. This is the picture of the present day, even in the present day society. And this Kali Yuga, it goes on having this way. O great king, we are not really able to apprehend the root cause of all our troubles. Now they say in the description, hearing all this, Parikshit, who was a just king and very, from the clan of the Pandavas, he took out his sword and said, show me these people, I am going to punish them. Then the Dharma, he is telling, O king, we are not really able to apprehend the root cause of all our troubles. Now comes the philosophy. Even in the philosophy also we are confused what to follow and what not to follow. In the name of religion, we are becoming very narrow, sectarian, cruel. If anybody wants to do anything, no, you have to follow my path only. My idea should be there, otherwise go against him. And they will go on telling the lies after lies after lies after lies. The media is lying. Other people are also getting the feedback. That's also false. And ordinary people, just out of emotion, they will be going on sending. Nowadays so easy. SMS. Whether you like it or not, your phone is going on ringing and sending the SMS and bad things. This had happened, that had happened. When you ask him, how do you know? No, I heard from my friend. Ask your friend where from, he knows. He again got from another friend. There is no truth. But indirectly, these people are also taking part in committing sin. And that is the reason we should not, unless and until we are sure, take part in all this. Friends, those who are here, a very handful of people, you must be very, very sincere because you are interested in your spiritual life. All these things will change. All scenarios will change. The great kingdom of the Rome, that also has gone. So naturally, all these things will change. What will remain? Your mind and your karma, your thought. Don't be carried away with all this and the philosophy. Some rationalistic say that the maker of one destiny is oneself. Others say it is the planets, till others mention that it is the karma. And there are materialistics who find in nature the cause of it all. So this is the problem. People are confused what we should do and what we should not. And at the same time, as because the confusion is there, different type of narrations are coming, explanations are coming, what to do. Mahayana gata sapanta in Mahabharata says. Look at the great people, great personalities, what they have done, do that. And that is why we, the sannyasis of the Ramakrishna mission, and our head, Swami Vivekananda, he examined thoroughly, from different angles, this person whom we have accepted as our God, Sri Ramakrishna. And Vivekananda, young boy from the Calcutta University, very intelligent and free mind, and he used to go on examining this guru, so-called, that before accepting him as a guru so many times. If you read those books, he will wonder. And then he said, this man is nothing but God. The God means all great qualities. O knower of Dharma, what you have spoken is the secret of Dharma. Immediately, the king understood that this man is not an ordinary person who was giving this, his opinion. You must be Dharma. It is prohibited even to describe Adharma. The king is telling. It's better not to discuss about the Adharma. Why? After hearing and listening, other people, ordinary people, they don't think so deeply. They may follow that. So that is why the Adharma, sometimes in the newspaper they will go on giving all details, how that one person killed another person. And what happened? Other people are inspired. Not that they are afraid. It becomes a curiosity for them and they will follow that. That's why Adharma also should not be pronounced. Long back, King Parikshit, the Scion of the mighty Pandavas, he said, it is prohibited even to describe Adharma. Austerity, purity, fellow feeling and truth are the four qualities of Dharma. Friends, what is Dharma? We always talk about the righteousness, talk about the religion. Dharma are nothing but the qualities. It's not that something we will get so that we can just float from here and go. And this one should be very careful. Majority of the time, the people, even the educated people, highly qualified people, they do not understand and they think Dharma means some mystical thing will happen. And we will see the light, our body will float and we can walk on the water. Why should we walk unnecessarily on the water? We can just purchase a ticket and can go. I mean, it's a nice, beautiful, the ships are there. And if you purchase a ticket and so many companies are there, they will fly you from here to any destination. Why you have to use your yogic power? So this he is telling only for austerity. What is this austerity? Austerity means in our mind constantly different type of thoughts are coming. We have to control that. That's called austerity. Austerity doesn't mean that I should not eat food or walk barefoot and should not shave the beard and all these things are austerity. No. That is only physical austerity. Anyone can do. Even the poor people that are doing barefoot and walking. You go to India, thousands and millions will be there walking barefoot. Are they doing austerity? Because they cannot afford to purchase a shoe. That is not austerity. Austerity means controlling your mind, your emotions, so that those thoughts that may harm others, you should not do that. Controlling that is called austerity. What is purity? Unselfishness is purity. The purity doesn't mean that go and bathe in the Ganga. Again and again I say like that. And if it is so, the great soul ones that say, there's so many fishes are there inside the water, in the Ganga. Are they all pure souls? No. The purity means unselfishness, fellow feeling. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Why did Jesus say that? Fellow feeling. This is also because I feel for you. And that love, when I go and express that, and the whole area becomes my family. Whole neighborhood becomes my family. In our childhood days we can understand, and in those days of course we didn't like it. Everyone in the whole locality, they were our guardians. Hey, why you are doing like this? What? I will tell this to your mother and that. We could not do anything because all the people constantly watching. So that is the fellow feeling. Oh, that is their son. Let him go to dogs. No problem for me. No. This fellow feeling also is called dharma and truth. Satya. Now he is telling, oh dharma, by the force of adharma, austerity by egotism, purity by attachment, fellow feeling by blinding passions, your 3 feet, because the cow on only 1 foot standing, so now the king is telling this 3 feet, it has been destroyed by these 3 things. One is egotism, another is attachment, another is binding passions. So that is when someone is poor, he is poor. Whether what dharma he is, what religion he belongs to, doesn't matter. I should go and help because that man is suffering. Should I go and ask, are you in my caste or in my religion? Then only I will give you the food. That is adharma. We should understand this. And reading from the history, if I say, oh, in 11th century this happened, so I am going to take the revenge. You are going to repeat the same thing again. Somebody did some mistake and now again you are going to do the same mistake. So we have to understand this. Oh dharma, now there remain only one of your feet, namely the truth, to sustain you. But even the evil spirit of the Kali, they are depicting Kali as a personality. No, Kali are all bad qualities. The depicting Kali as a personality is the wrong thing. Flourishing on the untruth is now out to cut off that foot also. The only one foot now remaining, and that is the truthfulness. Some of you, those who have read the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you can remember the Sri Ramakrishna, he was giving away everything at the feet of his divine mother. Only one thing he said, no mother, this I cannot give it to you, even to you. What was that? Truth. Satya, oh mother, I cannot offer this to you. So the Satya, that is the only thing by which we can fight with the Kali Yuga. You may remember that Swami Vivekananda said, with the advent of the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Satya Yuga has started. And people sometimes they ask, there are so many bad things are happening. Why? Because just before the dawn, just before the sunrise, the darkness is more deep. So that's why, so we have to understand the wonderful implication of the advent of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was nothing but the truthfulness. We will discuss about the other things. There's a discussion that happened between the great king and the great sage. That will be in our next class. We will discuss that. The great king is Parikshit, the great sage is a Shukadeva, the son of the Vyasa. So what type of discussion happened and how many questions this king is asking, Parikshit is asking to Shuka. Why he is asking this question, we will discuss in our next class. But here, about the truthfulness of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, two incidents, very funny for us. He said to a person, his neighbor, I will visit your house. Neighbor also forgot, Sri Ramakrishna also forgot. And that day, at about 10, 11, 12, that time, the night, suddenly he got up and he said, I can't take the breathing, the suffocation. Why? Then he remembered, oh, I gave the word that I will visit to that house. I must go to that house because I gave the word. So he went all the way to the neighbor's house. If you visit Dakshinesha, you can find there's a little distance, but he had to walk in that night. In those days there was no electricity. He had to carry a lantern, and in the darkness he went over there, and all people are sleeping in that house. And he kept his feet on that door and he said, hey, I kept my promise, I came. When you read, you think, oh, this is why he did like this. It's not necessary. Just to keep the promise. The Raghukula Riti Sada Chali Aayi Prana Yao Bachan Na Jai. Those who can understand the Hindi must remember this. Raghukula, that means the clan of the family of the Ramachandra, the Raghu, the clan. That is the Riti, that is the tradition, continuously coming down generation after generation. And what is that? That even if we die, we will keep our promises. And that is called dharma, that is called satya. Not that all the time humbleness and going like this. It is not, that is okay, good. But dharma is very powerful, very powerful. We do not understand that, and he is telling. And another example of Sri Ramakrishna's truthfulness, maybe some of our devotees can say, he used to take an ordinary lemon, squeezing that one or two drops of that on his food. And the master of that particular tree, he allowed, you can take. So one of his disciples used to bring only one lemon a day. One day, as usual, the devotee brought it and he gave that to the Sri Ramakrishna. He tried to squeeze, but not a single drop fell. Then he said, something wrong. You go and ask whether the master, the owner of the tree has been changed or not. The disciple, the young boy said, no, what is there? I can help you. No, first you go and see whether the same owner or not. He had to go, he inquired, he found just other day the ownership of that particular tree, lemon tree, changed. The new owner has not given the permission. And Sri Ramakrishna could not take the one drop of that. We are the followers of that great soul, Sri Ramakrishna. We have to be so very careful, so very careful. And that is the dharma. Remember the four that is there. It says austerity, the controlling your all emotions, purity, unselfishness, fellow feeling, love for all, and the truth, satya. So these are the dharma. Thank you very much. And next class, I'm sorry, I'll be visiting the Edmonton. So I won't be able to give the class in the next Sunday. And then after that, another Sunday, many of you will go to our retreat in the Ganges. So these 2 Sundays, our Bharadhanandaji will give the class. So he will be having different subject. So we have to wait for, again, the July to listen to these wonderful discourses, discussions, question answers between the great king and the wonderful, the Muni. So let us conclude with the prayer. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunnanti Divyai Stabai Vedai Sangha Padakramapa Upanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Nabidu Sura Asuragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. About God, it is so difficult to understand. So he is explaining. So we are praying to that God about which the yogi is meditating, about which the Veda is singing. So that way, it is so difficult even for the gods to understand Him. We offer our respect to Him because He is very subtle and He is present within our heart. So that God who came in the form of Sri Krishna, it's so good for us that we can through Him reach to that great God. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.